Sup y'all, welcome back to another video by me, Dina.
OG K-pop stan since 1998.
I want to thank y'all Fear Nots for being patient with me for the SSERAFIM's Impurities dance practice. Whenever this video came out, it was around Thanksgiving-ish time, and whenever it's Thanksgiving-ish time, I'm usually pretty busy off doing all this. Not only because of Thanksgiving itself, because I do cook around Thanksgiving, but also because my birthday falls around the same time. So yeah, your girl here recently just turned 39, I had some pumpkin flan, all is well. But now that we have a little bit of a break in between that holiday and Christmas and New Year's coming up, I'm gonna use this time wisely by finally checking this out. I remember the freaking music video already having a pretty decent amount of choreography, but I'm excited to see it in much more full detail. I love Impurities. It has such a escaping reality type of feel to it, and the whole "can you see," although I definitely don't do it as beautifully and adorably as they do. A girl can wish. But while I'm wishing, let me just go ahead and zip it and check this out. Now with dance practices, I always have to say this in all of my dance practice videos. I watch it 2 times. The first time is where I don't pause. Second time is where I will be pausing and will be speaking about the stuff that I like in the choreography and what I like in the performance done by SSERAFIM. But first things first, here we go with the first watch of SSERAFIM's Impurities dance practice. Voiceover Tina here for a quick pause before we get things started. I would like to say an extra thanks to my Captain Jack Sparrows over on my Patreon for the extra support. Y'all literally keep my boat, aka my life, stay afloat along with the rest of the crew. Y'all are the savviest.
That's got to be the best part I've ever seen.
Alright, let's get it.
Look at all of them engaging towards the camera. Okay, and Shay with her little wink there. Yes. Ooh. Okay, the musicality. Hey. Okay. Oh, I like that. The camera work with that. Okay. Hey, that binding with wristing. See how adorable that is? Hey, that split group there. Hey. Yoonjin, she's a great performer. They all are. She was just pulling me there. Okay, J1. I also think Kajua is a wonderful performer as well. Yes, I remember this mark. Oh, interesting. The musicality there. Hey. Okay, member shrine. Hey. Nice. Nice. Hey. Ooh, y'all see Sakura's expression? Hey. See, I like that move. It's so like vibey to the song. Ooh, power. Oh, shadow. I like that. Okay, this choreography is way bouncier than that transition of energy. Look at them, seriously, their engagement towards the camera. Whoa, okay, I like that. Hey. Goodness gracious, like Man, okay, even the clothes that they're wearing are very fitting for this whole feel. Impurities just has a very kind of like, how can I say this? Canvas type feel, foundation type feel, meaning not so much extraness, something just minimal is very needed from my perspective to fit the impurities kind of era or vibe, I guess you can say. And there's something so refreshing about the choreography as I feel about the song itself. Like in the beginning, I was saying that Impurities, the song, makes me feel like I'm escaping reality. It's just something just very, when you're escaping reality, you can also metaphorically be like flying away, like drifting away. So the choreography being a lot more airier and bouncier than I remembered from watching the music video, definitely very fitting. And then there, with the bounciness and the whole like just airiness of it, there's a lot of nice musicality changes and definitely like the sharpness. I like this whole binding of the wrist going to the leg. There's a lot of stuff I'm gonna say. So let me just get right to it. Here we go. Second time of watching LE SSERAFIM's Impurities dance practice, where I will pause and talk about the things I like. So interesting, the musicality and what they decide to do, because they're laying on the floor, so of course you can't move, or they can't move their full body or their legs. It's all about not only the hand choreography but the engagement towards the camera. This so reminds me of, I don't know if y'all heard of the choreographer slash dancer Sean Evaristo. I can't pronounce his name correctly. Way back in the day, he made a kind of like where the camera's just right here, and his choreography is basically all upper body and especially engagement towards the camera. He made a choreography to Frank Ocean's Love Crimes, and what he did in that choreography, like this shot choreography, he made me feel things through the frame, even though he's not moving around. It's really all about engagement. So that's what I see here. Okay, I just had to say that. It seems so simple because you're like, oh, I'm just laying down, but no, you got to keep our attention. And they all have great engagement. And like they do flirting around a lot with the flow of how they're singing, and then the little bit of beats that you hear in the instrumental. Look at Unche. See? I was like, when I first watched it, I was like, I noticed her wink. So cute. Okay, like they bounce like, into formation, and then they do this whole arm sticking out, that. Like they already switched it up from floor choreography, engagement, bounce into formation, da. This whole tap. I really love how vibey that is for the song. It just fits, and the whole I like that followed her flow of how she's singing. Boom. Wait, what was that hand movement again? Show you my impurities, and do like this little wave spin in their hand after doing this. It's a nice little flicker. See? Hand, spin, flicker. I like that. So after they do the whole hand flicker thing that I spoke about, they all bounce into making a line behind Chaewon. And then she does a whole like arm stick out thing, and they stick out to kind of give like that whole effect of magic there. That it's so clean and satisfying. It's what did I just even do? I tried to pretend to be LE SSERAFIM, but I hope y'all see what I mean. See? So you hear the t, 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 t in the background. They hit the t, t, fa, whatever they just did there. Gosh, Kajua, her energy is very interesting. She's so light on her feet. So this whole like it's so there's so many formation changes happening in this part alone. Like I just spoke about a line behind Chaewon. They opened out to do that whole thing, and all of a sudden Kajua pops out of her line, and we're about to go into a whole new formation here. That whole camera effect as Kajua is going from there to there, and she does like that back bend thing, and then the way the camera pans that, it's a very interesting effect for the camera panning to go with the choreography leaning. See? Going right into Unche doing her part. Okay. Hey, wait, what was that hip thing on? Pop. I like that. It's so interesting. It flows so nicely, even though they're doing a lot of different things, like flirting around with the different musicalities that they can move with. Leg, see? See, and out of nowhere, like, because we have Yoonjin in the middle right here, right? And with the camera panning, all of a sudden, Kajua is right in the middle. And this whole waving thing just gives that whole escaping reality feel for me. And Kajua's smile so adorable there. Like the "Can you see, huh" thing. It's like one of the top highlights of the song for me, just because the song started with that, and the fact that for the "Can you see, huh" they do the whole hip wiggle with the lean. It just fits so well. So there, I like that after the "Can you see, huh" we have the front line of Kajua, Yoonjin, and Chaewon starting the first move. And then we have the back line where Eunchae and Sakura are staying static for the first count, and then they join in. Just that difference gives, see? Nice musicality there. But yeah, that bit of a difference where the front line starts on the one, like does the move on the one, and then the back line holds it, gives a difference for my eye to be like, wait, what just happened? Ooh, see, Yoonjin, what is with her? And I like that as we're doing this, like we have the whole 3-2, right? And again, just out of nowhere, they change formation right into this V, just with one step. And then they change formation again. Instead of the 3 in the front and the 2 in the back, they flipped it. It's 2 in the front and 3 in the back now. I think when formation changes happen like that, it gives the choreography that much more of a 3D effect, just something more interesting. Oh wait, before I keep going, I do want to say that whenever I was still an active dancer, it was me and my cousin. And my cousin, from my perspective, she's a wonderful dancer and especially a wonderful choreographer. She really knows how to look at formations and critique them. So out of my curiosity, because I am actually a fear not, and she knows nothing about SSERAFIM, like she's not able to be caught up with K-pop like I am. So I texted her the SSERAFIM Anti-Fragile special performance video, and then she wrote, "Dang, that was actually pretty good. Visual choreo and execution with dynamics." I was like, it made my fear not heart go. But I know I'm not just being a bias, you know, being a fear not. It's so good, right? Like it's just a whole impurity show you my impurity. I'm gonna learn that without whacking myself in the head. I really like this whole part when they go into the verse 2 where Yoonjin turns in the back and we have Kajua kind of like using Yoonjin as a prop to kind of like, you know, almost hide and seek-ish, to make everything kind of mysterious. Hey. Okay. See, and all of a sudden the line, it's like almost the same format in the beginning where they made a line behind Chaewon, but they're just doing different choreography. And I always, since the video, even until now, I've always appreciated that out of nowhere they busted out with this like pop thing because I wasn't expecting it. It's a nice surprise. Yunjin's doing a lot and I love it. Oh, wait. That's the same kind of concept that they did in the beginning. Because remember earlier I pointed out the and then they did the whole wrist binding thing. Right here, it's the same. They're bringing that same concept here, but they're doing different moves. I like it. Hey. The necklace. I love that, the necklace, and then you hear the do 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 do, that little how can I call it? Just domino lifting in their voices. I don't know the terms because I'm not a singer, obviously, but I love that they use that part in the song to do like this whole arm, flicker wave, you want to call it, and they do it in a domino to kind of help highlight that musicality change in the vocals. See, and the fact that it's Kajua's part, so she's the one that ends off that domino thing, because it just makes sense because it's her member shine. Wait. See, because they were right here 3-2, and all of a sudden they did the spin, and all of a sudden they're in a line. Okay, and I love that the whole member shine here is Chaewon doing her thing. She's obviously doing something different, but her sway and her vibe is still matching with the rest of the members and what they're doing. Very puzzle piecing. I like that, what they were doing. So here's my key. Tap. Another nice musicality play there. Tap. So wait, let me see that thing again. Tap. Yeah. I like that. It's very connecting. Very minimal and connecting. Of course, I like that whole coming up with the 2, middle, 2, and then using the that was so terrible, to get into a whole new formation. Because Sakura's right there, and all of a sudden she's in the front. Okay, hold on. I don't think I ever pointed out. So I like that play of the musicality there. Because right when they open the hands like that, it opens on a very soft, like just a very soft thing. It's not the most obvious part in the musicality of the instrumental, but I like that highlight of that in the choreography. See? Seriously, Sakura, like the way she's like this, and then all of a sudden the engagement is like so charming. Hey. I really want to learn that. I'll never learn it. Okay, it's also, I love the camera panning here, because obviously from what we're seeing is 2 in the front, 3 in the back. And after they do the whole finish off the chorus, the camera pans to the side, so it looks like out of nowhere, Kajua is in the middle. Gosh, okay, so y'all notice that the bridge, it's so soft and it's even more minimal because you don't hear a lot in the instrumental. So I really love the balance of that with how big and swift their movements are here. It's a really nice contrast, a seesaw contrast there. Because they're doing a lot. It's big movement, swift, bounce. Yes. Yunjin's thing, like, gosh. Hey, ooh, yeah, and that, the whole, God, they're so freaking clean. After this, and then they do the whole shadow, like what they just did. I like that they highlighted that whole shadow part with the moves. Ooh, seriously, and that kick. See, I really love the energy shift there because as I spoke about the bridge choreography, it's a lot of very kind of big, full movement. It's very swift. And they did the whole shadow thing and then the kick. Everything's very big and all of a sudden just a very smooth transition to turn right into the whole iconic can you see hip wiggle thing. It's done very nicely. And of course, this whole panning of the choreography, although now they're up on their feet and not laying on the ground, it's this part, like the camera panning close to them, it still focuses on their whole engagement towards the camera. Like, yeah, they're still doing standing up choreography, but they still got to stay very engaged. See? They're all showing a little bit of charisma, or a lot of it. Oh yeah, and that I like that. See, you see that they form this diagonal, right? Right after they form it, all of a sudden diagonal turns and all of a sudden it inverts. Dum dum pa ta ta. That's nice. Da 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 da. See that again? There we go. So I like that as Sakura comes to the front, and then the members on the side, they kind of do the whole seesaw, like mirroring kind of effect here. And then the song ending off with that little kind of sounding even more dreamlike, and they just do this, and you know, Cheon's like this, and they're all just, all pretty. Yeah, this choreography is very nicely airy. I don't know what other word other than to use that. It just feels right when I speak about the choreography. It's very airy. It's very light. It just makes you feel lifted, or it makes me feel lifted. I can't speak for y'all. It makes me feel lifted. It makes me feel like I want to figuratively fly away, matching the song very well. And even with as bouncy and movie as they are, a lot of moving as they are, they're still very controlled in the things that they do within the space that they are. And I really love the use of the room, and especially the use of the camera. It gives the choreography for Impurities just that much more life. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for checking out my reaction and dance analysis for SSERAFIM's Impurities. I hope you have a great day. And until the next video coming up, peace.